So yesterday during the stream, and yes, I am apparently a streamer now, I started streaming during IAE, and I'm probably going to continue, and we're going to talk about that a bit later. But I had a really good discussion with the chat, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And we talked about why I think that the server meshing is going to be delayed even more, and why I think that we're not going to see it next year, not even by the end of the year, and why them delaying the ban on merchantmen could be a much bigger problem than we think it is right now. So let me roll the intro and let's watch the clip, and afterwards we're gonna talk about it.
Hello, my name is Grumpy.
They should have had the devs spend all that time and effort they put into designing the convention hall into working on ships they haven't released. Well, like, I could understand that point of view, but also why would they release ships without... Like, we currently have 100 plus ships, maybe even 200 ships that honestly have no purpose. Like, 90% of them have less than 1% of the ship itself being, like, interactable with. So, let's say, like, the Carrack looks amazing, great, but it's a fucking empty shell. You get inside of it, you walk around it, you get to the pilot seat, or you get to the turret, or you get to the med bay. But you have like 3 points of interest in a ship that's like, what is it, 120 fucking meters long, and I don't know how wide, and you can't interact with anything else. So even if they like released the Endeavor or whatever right now, it would be just an empty shell. Maybe you would get like a farming module, and you will have farming modules around, and you will see grass inside of it, but you will not be able to interact with it because it is not in the game. And that's the issue. It's not the ships, and that's like a point that a bunch of people missed in my latest video from Sunday. Because my point behind the video is, when the fuck are we gonna get more features? More features for the ships themselves, or more gameplay loops that we're gonna finish with the ships? That's the issue. It's not the ships. I don't care about the ban on merchantmen if it's gonna be as empty as this whole expo hall is. But like, at least in this expo hall, you can interact with the ships, right? You have a bunch of like empty space because luxury and all that shit, but you can interact with the ships. You can go and check them out. The ban on merchantmen, also you see this like once a year, maybe twice if you count Invictus, because it's basically the same event. But yeah, when you get the merchantman, it's gonna be as big as this shit, and most of the rooms inside of it are just gonna be unused and whatever. So yeah, I don't care about the BMM, I don't care about any ships, I don't care about my Odyssey. I do have the BMM, I do have the Odyssey. I do not care about them. I care about all of the ships getting their game loops. Exploration, farming, data running, fucking salvage. Okay, we're gonna get that next batch. I can't even fucking remember most of them, but there was a bunch of them. Fucking repairing, mechanics, refueling. Okay, we have refueling, sure. There is a bunch of like other features that I completely forgot about, but yeah, we don't have them. And then we have a big ass ship like the Carrack, or maybe like you get the Polaris. Sure, great, but like, what the fuck is the point? You can only fire the torps and you can fire the guns, and it's basically the same as the Carrack. But like, it's gonna be useless. What are you gonna kill with it? The Idris once a day when it spawns for you, the mission spawns for you. Like, I don't know. Then you get the Idris M or the Idris P, doesn't matter. And then what? What are you gonna do with it? Fire the main gun at I don't know, PTVs on the ground or Gladiuses? You're not gonna PvP with it. That would be stupid. Running through corridors just to get to one point in the ship that is usable, that has its feature, is just stupid. The same with the Carrack. The 890 jump, like I showed it yesterday, that's like the perfect example of what CEG did before and what they shouldn't do now. They said that they're not going to do it. They said that they're not going to release any ships without their features and gameplay loops and all of that. Yet they announced the BMM again. And they hyped it up. They fucking teased us with it. And honestly, with that, I thought, okay, if you guys, so this is my perspective. If you guys said that you're not going to do that anymore, you're not going to release another 890 jump, and now you're working on the BMM, that only means that you have the features for the BMM, right? So if you have the features, that only means that we are going to get a bunch of other features for a bunch of other ships, right? We knew that the cargo refactor is coming. We didn't know that it's going to be a tier 0, right? But with the BMM being ditched, or as they say, they're going to put a pin in it, I am scared, I'm honestly scared that a bunch of features got delayed again. And I'm honestly scared that that means that server meshing is not going to come next year, because Merchantman was supposed to be used with server meshing, like jumping to Pyro, etc., etc. So, but like, I can only ask questions. CEG can give, like, CEG is the only one that can like give us the answers. But they're not going to do that because they want to keep you hyped. Right, so first of all, tell me if you like this format, and if you like me streaming, if you want me to stream more, and also tell me if you like the format of this video where I just cut a clip from the stream, edited a bit, but like it's not heavily edited like most of my videos. This is honestly the easiest way that I can do videos. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm not sure that I really like it. But if you guys like it, if you're like good with it, then great. Next, let's talk about what I said here and why I think that this is going to be a real issue. Because we had the Legionnaire that was supposed to have like 2 new game loops and 2 new features, which were the hacking mechanics, where you would use the Legionnaire to hack the ship that you want to board. So let's say you're boarding a Carrack, you want to board it, and then you hack it first from a distance, and then you like dock to it, because he's not going to let you dock. But once you hack it, you will be able to dock and to board. That's one of the things that I'm really excited to see. The second thing is, of course, boarding and that kind of a gameplay, like FPS inside ships, and those 2 features got delayed with the delay of the Anvil Legionnaire, and they were working on it and then they delayed it. You can just watch my latest video, it's from Sunday, and there I talked about all the delays that happened in the past like a couple of months. The next 2 ships that got delayed, or ships in a vehicle, were the Apollo and the Tumbrel Ranger. Which, like, yes, we already have the medical gameplay, but the Apollo was supposed to like spawn people, and it would be used on Pyro a lot, and now like it's delayed and we have no idea when we're gonna get it. The Tumbrel Ranger is a Ranger, the motorcycle, it doesn't matter. That one, it hurt me because like the hover quads and the hovercrafts are just not working in this game, and I wanted to have like a wheeled vehicle where you can use it as like the STV or anything else. So that's a bummer that it got delayed, but that also means that they do not have the features and they do not have the mechanics to support those ships. Maybe they have the mechanics for the Apollo, but for the motorcycles and for the Legionnaire, they're just not there. And then we get to the BMM, which is a simple mechanic. Like, yes, it is a really big ship. Yes, it's gonna be hard to like make the interior, but they had 2 artists working on the exterior. Because yeah, they just wanted to use it in videos and they wanted to build up the hype and all of that, and then they just talked about dropping it. for whatever reason, but the mechanic behind the BMM was supposed to be really good, and it was supposed to be like you selling items to other players. So you gathering items so you can sell them, where you would hire NPCs to work for you and sell those items. So you will basically have a few stores inside of your merchantman. But like apparently they do not possess the tech for that because they didn't make the features. Now with the delays of 3.18 and like it was supposed to be out in June or in the PTU, and it's still not in the PTU, and it's almost December, and they said that like it was June, and then it was July, and then it was September, and then they said October, then November, then fucking December, etc., and they're gonna delay it. Sure, I know that they're working on it because I have some guys in like Evocati, and I'm also looking at the leaks and all of that, so I know that it's getting better. But the issue is, like, I know that they're working. I'm not attacking them for not working because I know that like they're trying their best to deliver the patch. But the issue is that's just a small piece of tech that is needed for server meshing, and server meshing is supposed to drop like a patch after 3.18, so there should be like 3.19, and then the patch after that is going to be 4.0. At least that's what they said. But the issue is, if it's taken them half a year just to figure out PES, I'm not sure that they will be able to do server meshing like in time for like the whole next year, because you don't need to be a developer, you just need to play games, and you would understand that it is a slightly more complicated task than making PES, because PES, yes, it is complicated, I'm gonna grant them, of course, but also server meshing is much more complicated. Even the static one that we're gonna get is gonna be much more complicated than just making PES. So the question is, are they even working on it? One of the guys from my chat went to Bar Citizen, and then like there he heard that they are actually working on server meshing. The Turbulent is working on server meshing, which is good, but like it's good because it's not CAG, it's Turbulent, because we know that Turbulent can deliver on a bunch of stuff. Like whatever they made, it just worked. But the issue is, without PES, we cannot get server meshing. Yes, we're gonna get it maybe in December, probably like next year, maybe February, maybe March, it doesn't matter. But after that, CAG has said that we're gonna have 3.19, and then we're gonna have 4.0 with server meshing and Pyro and all that. Now with the BMM being delayed, which was supposed to be one of the ships that you will like use for cargo hauling and selling items and all of that in Pyro, and like making money like that, like Hull C is also delayed. All of the ships that are basically used for Pyro, like the Liberator and all of that, you cannot see them on the progress tracker, and they are now being worked on, including the Misk Odyssey. And like, because I don't know if you know, but I gotta tell you this, if you want to go to Pyro, you will need to use the jump drive on your big ship, because only the big ships get jump drives and you can jump through the gates. And yeah, like it's a whole mechanic that like you're not going to use the quantum travel basically. So with that said, I'm not really that hopeful, and I think that like the next year could be as lackluster as this one was, because the only game-changing mechanics that we're gonna get that like are being currently worked on is the salvage, tier 0, or should I say the beams for hull scraping. So we're not gonna get hull munching, maybe not anytime soon, maybe that's gonna be delayed until like 2025. And the other like feature that we're gonna get that they're working on is the Argo SRV, which yeah, like it's gonna use tractor beams. So we're gonna get tractor beams that were promised. They talked about last year and how good they are progressing. So if it takes them a year to like do that, to implement the tractor beams, like how long do you think it's gonna take them to introduce like server meshing into the game? The next big thing that is gonna be added to the game at one point, we don't know when, is gonna be the tier 0, of course, of resource management. And yes, you will have like fuses that you will need to change. Maybe at that point we're also gonna see like a life support system and all of that. That's gonna be really good for like getting those big ships like the Carrack or the A90 Jump or the Hammerhead, like just have more more life to them, because currently most of the ships that we have are like 99% empty. Like you cannot interact with like 99% of the ship itself. For example, the A90 jump, you can go all the way downstairs and you can respawn in the medical bay, or you can go all the way upstairs, man the turrets or fly the ship, and that's it. The rest of it is just useless. It is just there, looks nice and all that, but you cannot do anything with it. Also, it's the same with the Carrack, it's the same with the Hammerhead. You use the turrets and that's it. Like you having the captain's chair, you having the bed log, and like most of the times the bed logging is not working, etc. I'm gonna try not to waste your time. But one more major thing that is gonna come is of course PAS at some point, and hopefully with that tech CAG can make those ships more like alive, because there is a bunch of stuff laying around the ships, but you cannot interact with them. So yes, you will be able to put a bunch of stuff into your ships and they're gonna stay there, etc, etc. But what if maybe CAG makes all the ships like more interactable with? So like you have the mess hall in your Carrack or the Corsair or whatever, and you can use, I don't know, the tap for tap water, or maybe you can like to refill your bottles, or like you understand, like with PAS, there is like a door that's gonna open for a bunch of new potentials and opportunities and all that you like heard about this game forever now. And then with server meshing, like that door is gonna be a double door at that point. But the issue is that we do not know when that's gonna happen and if those are their intentions. Because if not, well, most of our ships are still gonna be just empty and looking nice, and that's it. So, well, what's the point? Like, the best ship that they added in a while, in basically 10 years, is the Cutter. And maybe even the new Medical Pisces, because, yes, most of the ship is interactable with. Whatever you look around, it's a small ship, and that's why it's like that. But whenever you look around, you can click on it and you can use it for something. The Medical Pisces is the prime example of that, with the minibar, I'm gonna call it the minibar or the fridge that you have, and you have med pens inside of it, you have a bunch of stuff inside of it. You can watch my stream, you can see it there. It's really good. And the other ships, the big ships, are just not like that, and that's a serious issue. And you paying 700, 600, it doesn't matter, dollars for a ship that you cannot interact with, for a big ship that like 99% of the ship is just like empty. It's basically an empty shell. Like, why would you do that? And I would love to see CAG addressing this and telling us what are their intentions, or like how are they gonna change that, and how are they gonna make our ships more alive. But of course that's not gonna happen before server meshing and PAS, etc, etc. So yeah, I don't know what to think about this or what to make of this, and you tell me down in the comments, because I'm really brokenhearted, and I think that like the next year is gonna be the same as this one, and it's just gonna be like 319.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then maybe like December of next year or early 2025, we're gonna get server meshing and pyro and all of that. So hopefully I'm wrong, but honestly, knowing CAG and having experience with this game and this company, I'm scared that I'm right. So with that said, thank you for watching, and thank you to all my patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel, there is a few other things that you can do. So first of all, there's a Patreon link, and you can support me through Patreon. Of course, as always, that's amazing. Like, there's a lot of expenses that I gotta cover on a monthly basis to deliver these videos to you. The other thing that you can do is also you can tip me. Like, probably the bot in the chat is probably just like screaming at you. You can tip me, you can whatever. But one more thing that is really important is that I made a merch store, and I was announcing the merch store for a while, but like it took me 3 days to figure out which one and to make a bunch of designs, and all of the designs are my own, and I draw them by myself with a iPad and the iPad pencil. And I think that you will love them if you like me, if you like the videos that I make. I'm pretty sure that like the statements that are on the t-shirts and hoodies and whatever, you're gonna see the store, that you would love them. So check it out. You can buy some merch from there. if you want to. I don't really get the pricing, like that's the suggested pricing. I don't really get that much money from it, but at least you're gonna get something in return. And like, yes, of course, I'm gonna continue making videos. So with that said, again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you're trying to space, and bye.